Safe passage under the I-90 bridge. Brightening day here at the 7 o'clock hour in Seattle as we welcome you to Seattle Mariners baseball. The Twins in town, opening up a 3-game series to conclude this first long homestand. Good to have you with us, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. Let's take a look at the Twins lineup that will face the King, Felix Hernandez.
For new manager Paul Molitor, leading things off, it will be Danny Santana. Then it's Torrey Hunter, the veteran, back in Minnesota, hitting second. Joe Mauer, see what he's done in his career against the Mariners. A .336 average with 6 home runs in 64 games. And it's Dozier, Vargas, Plouffe in the middle of the lineup. Arcia, Suzuki, and Schaefer rounding out the 9 for the Twins. Take a look at Felix and what he did last year. 15-game winner ERA, just over 2, a 2.14 ERA for Felix. In 236 innings, 248 strikeouts, only 46 walks. Opponents hit 200 against Felix last year. Nice defensive setup is brought to you by American Family Insurance. And for the Mariners, Ackley will get the start in left field. Jackson in center. Nelson Cruz out and right. Seager and Miller on the left side of the diamond. Cano at second base. Logan Morrison, your first baseman. And Mike Zunino will do the catching. Felix in his last outing was just terrific. 7 innings, only 2 hits, 1 earned run, a couple of walks, but 12 strikeouts, 111 pitches for Felix.
Kings Court in session. You hear them right now. There they are. It's like an extra section or two, and folks are still coming in. Felix with a career mark of 7-5 against the Twins, a 2.08 ERA, and at Safeco Field 4-2 with a 1.47. We get ready for action. Final 3 games of this homestand, then the Mariners go on a road trip. 3 at Texas, 4 at Houston, and 3 at the Angels before coming home for a nice long stint again in the month of May. Here's Danny Santana, switch hitter, shortstop, first pitch. Up high for ball 1. Scott Barrett's got balls and strikes tonight. Ted Barrett at first, Sean Barber at second, and Angel Hernandez at third. Santana, 218 hitter for the Twins. Twins come in having lost 2 of 3 at Kansas City. Dick Bremer, their outstanding broadcaster, said they came in to say hello to Lloyd McClendon. We're the only team in the American League Central who has not fought Kansas City. Ball and 2 strikes, and Kings Court in good voice early. Weak swing, strikeout number 1 for the King.
Take a look. It looks like a fastball right off the outside corner at 92 miles an hour. Just throws it past Santana. Take a look at the grip by Felix. That's 4-seam fastball. Good look at our Alaska Supermo. In great location.
Brings up Torrey Hunter. Second stint with the Twins and his great career with them. First pitch, strike.
If you look at the Twins offensively, they are 11th in average and last in home runs, 14th in runs scored. They have really struggled. 14th in stolen bases. So offensively, Paul Molitor trying to get him moving in the right direction, and then Felix is probably the wrong guy for that if you've been struggling as an offense.
Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer. Just the 3rd manager in 30 years for the Minnesota Twins. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Torrey Hunter, 320 hitter against Felix. No homers and 4 runs batted in.
That was the great changeup from Felix at 89 miles an hour.
Talking to Torrey before the game, said we expect a bulldog fight tonight. He did ghost his home plate umpire, Scott Barry, 2 away. There's nothing like seeing this guy with early rhythm.
And he takes his fastball 93 miles an hour. He wants to throw it up the top of the strike zone, and he's able to get it there. As you take a look at the swing by Torrey Hunter, he tried to check his swing, but a little bit too far. Second strikeout for Felix.
Torrey Hunter, 320 hitter against Felix. Joe Mauer's a 378 hitter. Go off to a good start at 291. 2 career home runs and 7 RBIs against Felix. Long-time all-star catcher, now a first baseman. And not surprisingly, the Mariners outfield way over towards left center for Joe.
Straight up on the infield.
Good buzz in the crowd tonight. Here's the 1-1 to Mauer. Fouled it off.
We're talking about Felix getting in a good rhythm early in the ballgame. We've seen the good fastball on the corners already. Throwing a couple of excellent changeups. That last pitch is curveball. If he starts mixing his curveball and slider and has command of them, it could be a long night for the Twins.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mauer. That's foul.
Another good changeup from Felix.
No quad issues, no ankle issues for Felix tonight. He's at 100%. That's a nightmare for lefty hitters.
It's a great look.
Felix deals 1-2. Up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's got good numbers here. Two balls, 2 strikes. He struck him out. What a start for the King. Strikes out the side. Santana, Hunter, Mauer, gone. Felix feeling it tonight. Good buzz here at Safeco Field. Felix Hernandez strikes out the side. See if the offense can start clicking with Austin Jackson. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for tonight.
Mariners starting lineup brought to you by Chevron. Leading off it will be Austin Jackson, then Seth Smith, the DH tonight, hitting second. Robinson Cano in his career against the Twins, a .342 hitter with 9 home runs over 71 games. Then it's Cruz, Seager, and Ackley in the middle of the lineup. Morrison, Zunino, and the hot-hitting Brad Miller rounding out the 9 for the Mariners. For Hughes, take a look what he did last year. 3.5 ERA, a 16-game winner, but only 16 walks in 209 innings. Throws a lot of strikes. Mariners will probably be aggressive with his fastball early than the counts tonight.
Slow start for Phil, but here at Safeco Field, a record of 5-0 with an ERA of 0.61. Line drive, right center field. It comes right back. Saturi Hunter catches that slicing drive for the first out.
Take a look at the rest of the defense by the Minnesota Twins. Defense brought to you by American Family Insurance. Arcia in left field. Schaefer, the center fielder, just saw Torrey Hunter make a running catch out and right. Plouffe, the third baseman. Santana and Dozier playing up the middle. Joe Mauer, the former catcher, is at first base. And Kurt Suzuki will do the catching tonight. Good look at Torrey Hunter. He can still track it down.
Absolutely. Turns 40 this summer. He's in great shape. Thrilled to be back in Minnesota. Seth Smith looks at a strike. Seth 5 for 10 against Phil Hughes.
Hendu is here at the ballpark tonight. Dave Henderson had a chance to talk to him. We were talking about Torrey. He said at 39, not surprised that he can still hit a good fastball. He goes, but the fact that he can go out in the outfield and still run it down is amazing.
Tip your cap.
Yeah.
Got 3 sons playing big time football too. Receiver at Notre Dame, DB at Arkansas State, and a youngster at junior college in Riverside, California. So when he retires, he's going to be following all those guys around. I said, you and Kid Griffey Jr. Get in the plane, man. Seth Smith strikes out. So Sasha Iwakuma, we won't see him for a spell because right lat strain, retroactive to the 21st. He's on a DL. And Lucas Litke recalled from Tacoma. Tacoma's spot probably won't come up till Tuesday. See what happens in Texas. Here's Robinson Cano. Shows bunt.
You don't see the shift with Robinson hitting very often, but the Twins have the shift on, and that's why Cano showed bunt.
Cano has been sensational on a 9-game hitting streak, 15 for 37. And trending, climbing with the bullet. I mean, he's just moving right up the batting average list. 2-0 pitch. He and Hughes, teammates in New York, the Yankees. Probably 1 for 3 against Phil Hughes.
Are you surprised to see this shift on with him?
Yes.
I am. He is trying to hit it that way.
He's trying to go to lunch, man.
I would think if there was one guy in the Mariners lineup that is built in to hit the ball the other way, it is Robinson Cano.
Last year when he started heating up, what did he do?
Yep, the other way.
2-2 pitch. Time call. Phil Hughes, a short arm pitcher just like Luke Gregerson, who we saw the other day with Houston. It's not one of your classic drop and drive kind of guys. Nelson Cruz on deck. Hey, Cano strikes out. So Phil Hughes, a couple strikeouts. 5 in the game in the first inning. Inning number 2 coming up. 18th against the Texas Rangers. It gets Chirinos to end the 6th. In the 7th, looking is Peguero. Odor, goodbye. Jake Smolinski is next. You have a seat. And then pick it up tonight, Danny Santana, Arrivederci, Toriano, adios, and Joe Mauer. Have a good night. 7 consecutive strikeouts for Felix Hernandez. That is some dealing. Here's Brian Dozier. Remember this guy last year, Mike? We're going, hey, Brian Dozier, nice player. And he ripped.
And he was hitting everything, too.
And with pop. 1-1.
One of the things we found out is he can hit a high fastball, that last fastball from Felix at the top of the zone. He can handle it.
Dozier, career .316 hitter against the Mariners.
4 home runs.
Felix making 8 consecutive strikeouts. Ball and 2 strikes. You remember that last start, he strikes out Chirinos in the 6th. We thought he was done. He comes back and gets in that, strikes out the side in the 7th against Texas in a 3-1 Mariner win.
Yeah, he had to talk Lloyd into going back out in the 7th inning. Still early in the season. By pitching that 7th, pitch count was able to get up to 111 pitches.
2-2. Swing and a miss. 8 consecutive strikeouts for Felix Hernandez. Well, Lloyd said, I don't think it'll be up around 110 pitches tonight. If he keeps going like this, there's no shot he'll be close. He's K'ing everybody.
He has a good fastball tonight. He's been 92, 93 miles an hour. Working both sides of the plate, elevating his fastball when he wants to. Good look from our Alaska Supermo in the swing by Dozier, trying to catch up to that high fastball.
Kenny Vargas, switch hitter, DH. Felix, good athlete, as we know. 2 away.
And Zunino immediately out to the mound with Felix. A little bit of a quad issue a few starts ago. And typically has issues with his ankle. He's obviously able to pitch through him, but Mike Zunino wanted to make sure that he was okay. Good athlete, as Dave mentioned, makes a fine play on this one hopper. When you get on the side of the mound, you're not sure where your footing is going to be. Looks like Felix is fine. Good play.
Trevor Plouffe, the third baseman. Right to Cano. Economical inning here for Felix Hernandez. He goes 1, 2, 3 in the second inning with 8 pitches. tomorrow. Versace Iwakuma Bear Hat Night. First 20,000 fans receive the first plush hat giveaway in club history as the Mariners take on the Twins in Game 2 of this set at 6:10. Head to Mariners.com for your tickets. 4, 5, and 6 coming up against Phil Hughes. Coming to you above the A at Safeco Field. And here's the American League home run and RBI leader, Nelson Cruz. Fouls this one off. Nelly also second in slugging at 738 to Adam Jones of Baltimore. He's at 763. Had good numbers over the course of his career against Minnesota. Trying to do early damage. He's not up there sightseeing.
Well, he had a good pitch to hit that last fastball, 92 miles an hour, and it was right in the middle of the plate.
And make him back fair. I'll stay foul. Who did that last year? Somebody did one like that and went down a line. And I think Lomo or whoever was playing first let it go and it came back fair.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I think it actually hit the base, didn't it?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You hit it off the end of the bat like he just did. It spins like a top, and you're not sure if it hits any little spike mark or the edge of the grass. Any of that can kick it back in fair.
0-2. Outside for ball one. Cruz's ninth, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. He was eager to hit, wasn't he, Mike?
Well, he missed a pitch earlier in the at-bat. Not sure if this is the slider or the cut fastball from Hughes, but it runs back to the middle end part of the plate. He is so quick inside for a big man. He has a short, compact swing, and you're going to see it right here. They're set up inside. That looks like the changeup. 89 miles an hour. So he made his adjustment as he hit it into the upper deck.
And his high arching parabolas. No. This is going on a line, pal. One to Seager. As if the crowd wasn't buzzing enough because of Felix. Now you get one of those. Boy, you want to talk about incoming. Seager hits it hard. Fair ball down the line. It'll be a ground rule double as it sticks under the padding. So Siegs with his 4th double of the season.
Well, Kyle has been a hot hitter on the homestand as well. His batting average continues to go up. Right at 286 before this line drive down the line. It's a by Maurer, the first baseman. Clearly a fair ball.
Ted Barrett, the umpire, eyes on this one all the way. Stanackley looks at a strike. Dustin at 220 with 3 homers and 3 runs batted in. It's 5 for 13 against Phil Hughes. 425 feet on that home run by Nelson Cruz.
That is impressive, but if you had a stopwatch and how quickly it ended up in the upper deck, that might be more impressive.
That's a good call.
Screaming line drive.
I'm telling you, I hope the people get out of the way. Keeps it up. They'll have to put protective screens in the upper deck. Ball 1, 1 and 2.
If you have a glove, bring it with you.
Self-defense, baby. Self-preservation. 1 and 2 to Ackley. Seager at second base. Center field. Driving Schaefer back. Long way. Makes the catch. Tagging is Seager. And he thought second thoughts about it. But boy, what a ride by the Yak Attack. Sent Schaefer all the way back in deep left center field. Let's put the stopwatch on the home run hit while we're watching slow-mo, just to slow it down so you can savor it even more. Look at that. Is that 5-6 rows up? The Lomo show. Got to be a breakout coming at some point, right?
It's a good series. He's hit the ball. Oh, there it is.
Right there, right center field. Gone way back. Schaefer makes the catch again. Good coverage out there. 2 away. He can't buy a break. Hang with him, big boy. Man, oh man.
It's just to the left of the 380 mark. There's a little corner out in that area. Schaefer made a couple nice running catches. Take a look at the swing by Logan.
Told the home run by Cruz 4 seconds to get out of here. Lloyd McClendon. Lloyd's got a lot of faith in Lomo. He said, it's coming. Here's Zunino. 2 homers on this homestand. Looks at a strike.
As a hitter, you still want to see it on the outfield grass from time to time, especially when you're consistently hitting the ball hard 2-3 times a night.
You know what's good, though?
You'd like to get rewarded for it.
Couldn't agree more. When you talk to Lomo, he's got a great sense of humor about it. I mean, he's a little frustrated, but for the most part, he's incredibly confident that it's going to come. And he's just like, hey, what are you going to do? He just laughs it off.
You have to.
But I think he's handling it well. Mike Z in an 0-2 hole with Seager at second, 2 outs. Down goes Zunino. But a 1-0 lead as Cruz, a home run leader and RBI leader in the American League, gets it done, complimenting the work of Felix Hernandez, who struck out 4 of the first 6 men that he's faced. Well, it's a good start here in Seattle. On Root Sports, being brought to you by Audi, Truth in Engineering, by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast, and by Vern Funk. Bad luck can hit anyone. Ensure with the 13th man. Time-lapse photography. A cloudy day earlier. It's brightened up. Now the clouds start to come back, but nothing is dampening the spirits of that man, Nelson Cruz. Just hit his 9th home run. is up. You better. He is must-see TV right now. High fly ball to Cruz. It's off the bat of Oswaldo Arcia. One away. Felix has retired the first 7 men that he's faced.
Starting to mix in all of his pitches in the first inning. Had some really good fastballs on the corner, mixed in his changeup. He started to use his curveball a little bit. Now we're starting to see the slider with it.
One of the real good guys in baseball. Here's Kurt Suzuki. Saw Kurt for many years in Oakland from 07 to 2012, and then second half of the 12 season goes to Washington, was there through last year, then back to Oakland for 15 games late last year, in 13, beg your pardon, and in Minnesota last season he hit 288. Caught in the All-Star game that was at Target Field, caught Glenn Perkins in the 9th inning for the American League. And he's seen plenty of Felix Hernandez. He's a 289 hitter against Felix. 1-2. Felix with 4 strikeouts in this ball game. 4th strikeout, he got Dozier. That gave him 8 consecutive strikeouts dating back to his previous start. One, 2. They got him. Strikeout number 5. 2 down in the 3rd.
Take a look at the changeup from Felix. That is some tremendous movement on his changeup tonight. It is just going straight downward. 89 miles an hour. He's had one. He was able to throw at 90. Again, his changeup only 2-3 miles an hour off of his fastball. With that downward movement, he gets a lot of swings.
Up high to Jordan Schaefer, who made 2 wonderful catches, taking extra bases away from Ackley and Morrison. 2-0. Broken background ball. Cano backhand throws across the body high. Tagged by Morrison. Got him. Outstanding play by Romo and Cano. Felix has faced 9 and retired all 9 with big help on that defensive effort by Robinson Cano and Logan Morrison. Comes down. Contact before he gets a bag. No question about it. wrap up the series against the Twins. And all kids, you're going to get a free Kyle Seager t-shirt and the Mariners' new cream alternate look. Join the fun when you get your tickets at mariners.com. 1-0 on a Nelson Cruz leadoff homer in the second inning. It was a rocket shot. 425 feet in the air for 4 seconds. Didn't seem like it was that long. Brett Miller to lead off. Swing and a miss. Brett having a good run here. He's second in home batting average in the American League at 464 to Adam Jones's 571.
It's a 6-game hitting streak.
Backhand, bobbled, booted. He's aboard. Shortstop Danny Santana couldn't come up with the play.
Well, it was hit hard to his backhand side. Santana was playing up the middle. And we'll take a look at it right off the end of his glove, and then he kicks it. That'll be an error. E6.
Brad Miller's aboard. He's stolen 2 bases in 2 attempts. Top of the order, Austin Jackson. Austin flied out or lined out to right. He's got 7 career hits against Phil Hughes, 1 a home run. Fly ball right field, easy play for Torrey Hunter. One away and 1 on for Seth Smith. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink. What's next? Going to be Trevor May taking on James Paxton. Trevor May, a Washington lad.
Kelso Washington.
Yes, indeed.
He was telling Rick Riz today that he used to sit in the King's Court with his yellow t-shirt on.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Seth Smith, double play ball. Dozier, Santana to Maurer. 4-6-3. Mariners are done in the third, but they lead 1-0 as Phil Hughes throws just 4 pitches in the inning. On this Friday night, the 24th of April. Take a look at our Delta Airlines. Keep climbing standings. Houston, the Astros. Mariners will see them 4 times next week. They lead the pack in the West by 1. The Mariners and the Rangers 3 games under 500. Chasing the Angels. Angels certainly in the news. Artie Moreno, the owner, looking to do anything to get rid of Josh Hamilton. Pay upwards of $60 to $70 million. You can have him. I don't want him. Sad story, to say the least. How about Chris Sale?
Rumors that he may end up with the Rangers.
Yeah, well, that's basically called Texas. Hey, I'll pick it up if you'll take it.
What happened with Chris Sale?
Chris Sale, after the brouhaha fracas Pier 6 last night, One over to the Kansas City side was knocking on the door and wanted a piece of Edison Volquez. They didn't let him in.
Really?
I know you guys had some brawls before, but going over the other
Kansas City, it's nightly with Kansas City.
Telling you.
I missed what happened yesterday.
Dude, it was ugly.
What happened?
Well, Sale drilled Moustakis. I can't remember. I didn't get the whole sequence if that was first or second. Then the thing blew up. Ventura, comebacker from Eaton. Eaton, as he's almost to first base, says something to Ventura, and they're playing the feud.
Really?
Santana, 0-2. Felix with a half dozen strikeouts as we play here in the fourth.
And the leadoff hitter for the Twins, Santana, able to punch him out a couple of times on some weak swings. This looks like it's curveball. It is his curveball. Great look from our Alaska Supermo, and you can see the rotation of his curveballs. He tries to bounce it out in front of home plate, and he gets it there.
Now that's passion.
That is great. They're having a good time out there tonight.
Fourth inning, 6 strikeouts. Here's Torrey Hunter, struck out on a 1-2 pitch. Torrey back in Minnesota. Terry Ryan, GM in his second stint, signed Torrey first time around. Torrey began his year as an all-star center fielder. Cruz comes in, makes the catch on the slide, 2 away. Played a good outfield, hasn't he?
He has. He covers some ground. We talked for a big man, his speed, a little bit surprising. He can run, and he has a strong throwing arm. Take a look at the concentration as he looks this into his glove.
I was told by people he's here. He's a grinder. He's prepared. Nelson Cruz comes in at 1 o'clock, does his strength and flexibility. One guy called him just an absolute machine. They were taking infield and outfield practice too, and showing off that arm. It was impressive too. Here's Joe Mauer. He struck out his first time. Ground ball, Miller throws out Mauer. Something brewing here. 12 consecutive batters retired by the King. Felix Hernandez, he only needed 7 pitches in the 4th inning. Mariners lead 1-0 as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap up this homestand tomorrow and Sunday. Then on the road again, 3 in Texas, 4 with the Astros and 3 with the Angels. And a home day off Thursday a week from now. A's will be in town, and that'll start off a nice homestand the month of May. Oakland, San Diego, and the Boston Red Sox. There's Robinson Cano, struck out in a 2-2 pitch. First time up. Up the middle, base hit, hitting streak lives.
Beat the shift. We were talking about the shift his first time up, and it looked as if he was trying to hit the ball the other way.
Robinson Cano's hitting streak at 10 games as we take a look at the T-Mobile Game Changer. Boom! 5 rows up, upper tank. Home run and RBI leader in the American League. Home run number 9, RBI number 18. Second home run he's hit off of Phil Hughes. Strike one. Two hole.
It's interesting looking at the Twins outfield right now. We've already seen Schaefer, the center fielder, run down the ball in left center and right center. If you look at Torrey Hunter in right, he's shaded over towards the line more. And the same thing for Arcia, that isn't the left fielder. He is over towards the line. So they expect Schaefer to cover a lot of ground in the gaps. And so far he's been able to do it.
Way upstairs to Cruz, who leads the American League in home run ratio, 1 every 7.6 at bats. Ball and 2 strikes. Cano backs safely. One-two pitch. 2-2.
I showed you the pictures that Cruz hitting the home run. It was on the inside corner. Hughes is keeping everything away from him now, trying to throw it down and away.
5th home run Hughes has given up, and over the course of his career, he's had some big years giving up bombs. Gave up 35 home runs in 32 games for the 2012 Yankees. Followed that up, giving up 24. They've come down, and then last year 16. Back with the Yankees in 2010, gave up 25 home runs. 2-2 to Cruz. Struck him out. 4th strikeout for Hughes. 1 away in the 4th.
Well, after the fastball is down and away, this one top of the strike zone again on the inside corner. Nelson wasn't able to get to it. I'll bring up Kyle Seager. Kyle with a double down the right field line his first time up.
Fly ball center field. Schaefer's made 2 outstanding catches. This more of the routine variety. 2 outs. Took extra bases away from Ackley. Back into second, and the next batter Morrison in right center field. Cano at first, leadoff single. This one hit well, right field, taking Torrey Hunter back against the wall, leaps up and makes the catch. Almost 40, still looking good out there. Ackley twice has hit the ball really well, and an 0 for 2. Mariners lead 1-0. Torrey Hunter, the pride of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, still getting it done defensively. That's a nice play. Well judged. Comes into this season a career .279 hitter. And he's got 332 career home runs. Probably just short of a Hall of Fame.
You can see the gold patch on the back of his glove. How many gold gloves? Probably a bunch. At one point, he was one of the better center fielders. Now, obviously, in right, but he could go get it in center field.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great image of what Barry Bonds picking him up after he robbed him in the All-Star game. Bonds hit an absolute bomb, and he went back and got it. Brian Dozier leading off. 0-2. Felix with 6 strikeouts has retired the first 12 men that he's faced. Here's the 0-2. Outside. Twins. And in Major League rankings, 19th in batting, 27th in runs, 24th in hits, last in homers, 24th in on base, 29th in slugging. Early struggles for Paul Molitor at his ball club. Swing and a miss. He's gone. That's strikeout number 7 for Felix. One away here in the 5th inning. Who are the 4 players who best represent the history of the Mariners? And who are the 4 greatest living Major League Baseball players? Go to MLB.com/franchise4 to cast your ballots. Winners will be revealed during the All-Star Game of July 14th on Fox. Kenny Vargas stand in. Strike 1. Vargas a comebacker to Felix in the 2nd inning. Just joining us, Felix struck out this side, setting the tone for this evening. And then Nelson Cruz led off the 2nd inning with an absolute blast. Upper deck left field, his 9th home run, his 18th RBI for this 1-0 lead. Felix on 7 Ks. This is outside.
I think he just wanted to show the fastball off the plate. Was able to get ahead of Vargas with a changeup and then a breaking ball. Probably come back with a great changeup again. It is really working for him tonight.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Put on the ground right to Brad Miller. Scooped by Lomo. 2 outs. 14 consecutive right out of the box. Retired by the King.
His last outing, he went 7 innings and had 12 strikeouts. He has everything working for him tonight. He's been able to mix in all of his pitches.
Yeah, it's not like, sometimes you'll see him, I wouldn't say struggle, but he'll get through the 1st inning, 2nd inning, then on the 3rd inning, it's like something happens. Well, this was like first pitch.
No, you're absolutely right. I think he's had one of his better fastballs, too, at least the command of it. He's been 93 miles an hour with his fastball on the corners. Just missed that outside corner right there.
Trevor Plouffe grounded out the Cano. Breaking ball fouled off. But when you're watching the greats, the other day he wasn't in 100% physically. He is today, and there's just there's a pep to his step. There's a certain rhythm that he has. It's like, man, I got this tonight. A 1-1. Line drive, right field. That'll get down the first man to reach base. The Minnesota Twins ends a run of 14 consecutive hitters retired starting the ball game.
In his last outing over the 7 innings, he gave up just 2 hits. And this is the first hit for the Twins this evening.
Two outs, a man aboard for Oswaldo Arcia. A couple of days ago, Arcia at the plate. Kurt Suzuki on the on-deck circle, a foul ball went right and hit Suzuki as Lomo takes it to the bag. That will do it in the 5th. Just a hit after retiring the first 14 men that he faced. 1-0.
Complete game, right? Yeah.
Weekend weather report. 6 o'clock. We're on the air tomorrow. Temperature in the low 50s. Dress appropriately. Some showers. We'll have the roof extended for you. Then Sunday, temperatures in the low 60s with no rain forecast. And again, dress appropriate. Sometimes it feels like there's a window in the left field foul pole, and all of a sudden it opens up, and whoa, a gust of air comes in here. Logan Morrison, Mike Zunino, Brad Miller, 7, 8, 9 here. Momo. Deep to right center. First time up. Run down by Jordan Schaefer, the center fielder. 1 for 4 career against Phil Hughes. 2-0. Hughes with 4 strikeouts. Giving up a run on 3 hits. Another one to the gap. Is he going to get some satisfaction? He does! Lomo finally gets one. That's a 2-0 lead for the Mariners.
We've been talking about it with Logan Morrison and how well he's been hitting the baseball, and it just hasn't had anything to show for it. Was robbed his first time up. Ends up getting a good count. We talked about Phil Hughes. He does not like to walk batters. And he gives him a pitch, probably middle away, trying to go to the outside corner. Doesn't quite get it there. And this is a screaming line drive over the fence and right.
Remember the old commercial? Thanks, I needed that. That's what Lomo's saying right now. Oh, nice catch. Very nice. Good reach. 0-2 to Zunino. That will put a smile on the Lomo face.
Well, if you don't know how difficult it is, all you have to do is I looked immediately into the dugout, and all the guys down there were so excited when he hit that ball out of the ballpark. And yeah, it's great they get an extra run out of it, but I think they were more excited for Logan. That one is squared up.
I'll say.
He hit it almost in the same area where he was robbed his first time up, but added an extra 15 feet on it.
Zunino strikes out. Strikeout number 5. That was like last week when he hit one, and I went up to him the next day. Can you put a little bit more of your butt into it? Strikeouts for Hughes. A run in on the Morrison home run. Here's Brad Miller, reached on an error. Here's a base hit.
7-game hitting streak for Brad. Reached on an error his first time up. That's a solid line drive into right. Pretty good fastball right on the inside corner. Brad's able to get to it, see if it jams him a little bit. Good look at our Alaska Supermo and the swing. He gets in and on the trademark.
Keeps up the run that he's on. Second, Adam Jones, best home batting average in the American League. Top of the order again, third time through for Austin Jackson. He's lined out and flied out to right.
7-game hitting streak. He's now 10 for 20 over the course of the 7 games. So many times you see guys, they have their 5-6 game hitting streaks and they're always picking up that one hit. He's taking advantage of it.
A 1-1. Back with the dive.
Pretty good situation if Lloyd wants to hit and run. Brad runs well at first. Austin likes to hit the ball the other way. There's a good hole on the right side of the infield for him to take advantage of.
1-1 pitch. Runner does go. Fouled off.
Austin did an excellent job protecting the runner. That pitch was down out of the strike zone. Still able to get a piece of it.
Mariners started today's ball game 4th in the American League in home runs, 5th in the major leagues. They've scored 50% of their runs via the home run, 30 of their 60 runs scored by the long ball. Runner goes. Swung on and skied to short center field. Long run by Schaefer coming in, and he makes the play, and Miller will get back safely. And there are 2 outs, the man aboard, and a run in here in the 5th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Seth Smith, a strikeout, bounced into a double play here at Safeco Field. 0 for 2. 5 for 12 career against Phil Hughes. It's played by Suzuki. Last time the Mariners saw right-hander Phil Hughes, July 8th. Now it's here at Safeco Field. He went 7 1/3, 8 hits, shutout ball. Picked up the W, 2-0 win.
Both runs for the Mariners coming on solo home runs. Cruz and Morrison. Mariners were 4th in the American League in home runs, trying to move up the list.
One out to Seth. Takes ball 2. Good count for Seth. And takes a strike. Didn't get the pitch in the location he wanted. Hughes out of Mission Viejo, California, 24 years old. This one off the end of the bat. Third baseman Plouffe takes his time, slings it across. And that'll do it for the Mariners. That inning highlighted by Logan Morrison's first home run of the season. 2-0 Mariners. Safeco Field, because the night belongs to Felix Hernandez. Off to a terrific start, retires the first 14 men that he faced. He struck out 7, hasn't walked anybody. He's allowed just 1 hit. That was a 2-out single in the 5th to Trevor Bluth. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the order here in the 6th. Kurt Suzuki, Jordan Schaefer, and Danny Santana.
Felix so far through 5 innings has thrown just 50 pitches, 36 of them for strikes. His last outing he threw 111 pitches. He's in great shape in this one with his pitch count.
Kurt Suzuki struck out on a 1-2 pitch in the 5th inning. Twins hitting just 228 as a team, 11th in the American League. 2-0 pitch. 2-1.
Really gives you an idea how good the movement is on his fastball this evening. 2-0. Suzuki ready for the fastball. Felix gave it to him. Still a swing and a miss.
Unofficially, I do not have Felix reaching a 3-ball count tonight. Until right there, 3-1.
It's official.
There we go. Clouds moving in off the Pacific, so big ones coming in over left field here at Safeco Field. 3-1 pitch. Out in office. His fist, 3-2. They've had a lot to scream about out in the King's Court. Felix turned them on early, struck out the side to open up the ball game. In fact, struck out the first 4, and that gave him 8 consecutive strikeouts dating back to his previous start against the Rangers. 3-2 to Suzuki. Seager, no, it'll be Miller. Strong throw, not accurate, and Suzuki will get second base. Base 6. With the Mariners' 20-game plan, you're going to enjoy several benefits. You're going to save up to 30% off single-game tickets, receive postseason priority, plus enjoy exclusive season ticket holder events. To select your 20-game plan, log on to mariners.com/tickets.
So that will be an E6 for Brad.
Farthest anybody's advanced in the ballgame for Minnesota, just their second base runner. First error of the season for Brad.
Kyle playing in at third, expecting a bunt from Schaefer. Great play from Zunino. Really does a good job blocking the ball, but when he can't get to it, he has some of the best hands I've seen back there as far as catching those short hops.
And the great thing is to go along with that, it's not that he's doing it with a reach. He's moving out there, getting the body in front to go with the glove. So he's got the entire package. Sometimes I see guys, they do a snap like a first baseman, but the way he moves back there, I know Dan, we talk about it all the time, and Dan Wilson's up here, he can't say enough about it. I mean, it's extraordinary. Counts at 1-1. Suzuki at second, nobody out. That was about a 25% effort on the bunt.
Well, let's take a look at it. Schaefer will square around, see if he tries to bunt it, and I think he did. It's a good call. It's curveball down out of the strike zone.
That had a lot to do with it. It wasn't pretty. 1-2.
And he's saying he fouled it off.
Scott Barry, home plate umpire. Zunino went for the sell.
Yep. Good call.
Scott Barry probably trusted his ears more than anything on that one. 1-2. Line drive down the line, going foul. Could have been a lot of trouble. Change the scoring. It'll be a single E6 for Suzuki. If you're an opposing player coming in Seattle and hearing that for the first time, it's got to be, what is going on here? Brad Smothers will save a run. Infield hit for Schaefer.
Brad showing some range. Doing the right thing and try to keep it on the infield. He would not have had a play to get Schaefer. The speedy center fielder, I think, would have beaten it out. But at least he keeps it on the infield. Keeps Suzuki from scoring.
Well, if you wanted to dial something up right now, you'd look for a strikeout and a double play. If you could get Hunter. Danny Santana has not looked good striking out twice on a 1-2 pitch and an 0-2 pitch. Weak waves both times.
He's had a terrible time dealing with Felix's changeup.
Center field. Jackson will get behind the throw here. One down. First game of the series, infield and outfield practice before batting practice earlier today.
Does an excellent job of staying behind the fly ball so he has some momentum going towards home.
So 1 out, 2 on, runners at the corners, double play in order. Torrey Hunter's going to be the hitter. Struck out. And then Nelson Cruz made a sliding catch to take a base hit away from him in the fourth. 9 consecutive Gold Gloves for Torrey Hunter from 2001 to 2009. Swing and a miss.
Watching Austin on that fly ball so many times, the third base coach will make up his mind on whether he's going to send you or not with how you go about catching that fly ball. And the minute he saw Austin was behind it, he knew it wasn't real deep, just a little bit too shallow. And I'm sure he shut the runner down right away.
Gene Glenn, the first base coach, Butch Davis at first. There's the 0-1 to Hunter. 0-2.
So he's timing everything so that he is on his way in as he's making the catch. And anytime you see an outfielder in that position, it makes it tough for the third base coach to send the runner.
2-0 Mariner lead. Nelson Cruz, a home run in the second inning, his 9th. Logan Morrison, a leadoff homer in the 5th. That'll be his first. Pitch to Hunter. Fouled off. Roof is extended during batting practice. They opened it up at 6:15. 54 degrees and calm at first pitch at 7:10. Mariners have used the long ball to get an early lead in this first game of 3 against Minnesota. The 0-2 with the chorus loud. That time's called.
Excellent job by Felix. I was watching Schaefer over at first, and he was inching off, and Felix couldn't get him to stop, so he just held the ball till he finally made him stop.
0-2. Stopped by Zunino, ball and 2 strikes.
One of the things that Felix has really improved on from when he first came to the big leagues, he will vary his times to home, hold the ball a little bit longer, throw to first more often. He has quick feet. He's a good athlete. Really trying to do everything that he can to give Zunino a chance to throw the runner out if he decides to steal.
Miller and Cano, double play depth up the middle. Here comes a 1-2 pitch to Hunter. They got him! Strikeout number 8, 2 away here in the 6th. Backhanded on the bounce there by Zunino.
It's a good example of what you were talking about, Dave. Gloving the ball, but his body in front of it.
Tough hombre here in Joe Mauer. Strikeout and a ground out. Bouncing ball takes Lomo to the bag. He pitched out of trouble. How great was that? A single E6, an infield hit, and he gets out of it. Beautifully done by Felix Hernandez. Coming up, it'll be the heart of the order. Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Kyle Seager. Mariners lead at 2-0.
Are you rooting the Mariners on from tonight? Let's take a look at some of the photos sent to us via the hashtag #WhereIRoot. Oh, one of my favorite places on the planet, Central Oregon. That is down at Mount Bachelor as we send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
Hi, Tom. Thank you very much. Good to have you with us. As Robinson Cano bounces one foul, almost fielded cleanly by Chris Woodward. Cano extended his hitting streak to 10 games. Base hit the center, leading off the 4th. Struck out his first time. Batting average up to 297. Home runs tonight by Nelson Cruz, his 9th, and Logan Morrison on the tote board with his first. Still got that shift on, Mike.
It was interesting because they didn't have it on right away. They put it on after he had 2 strikes, which, again, for me, seems with 2 strikes, he is going the other way more often than not. Paul Molitor, the manager for the Twins, putting the shift on.
21-year career from Molly, 3,319 hits. Career batting average of 306. Molitor is the hitting coach for the Mariners in 04 under Bob Melvin when they went 63 and 99. Took over for Ron Gardenhire, who was released. He said Gardy was probably done anyway. He's tired. He had lost at 4 consecutive 90-loss seasons. Shortstop Santana throwing at Cano for that first out as we take a look at our Geico This State in MLB history. Mr. Molitor. So the Twins set the team record for runs scored, 24-11 versus the Tigers. Molly went 2 for 5, 5 RBIs Most runs allowed since Ty Cobb was playing back in 1912.
Had the opportunity to play against them, and what a hitter. You're talking about aggressive on the fastball.
Yeah, buddy.
When he was at home plate, he was getting after it.
And didn't you add when we were talking about Altuve always hacking first, second pitch? He was early in the count, right? First, second pitch.
He loved the fastball early in the count.
Oh, you'll like this one.
He can square it up.
You're going to like this one, Mike. The MPH on the home run hit by Mr. Cruz, 113 miles an hour. That's off the bat. I knew you'd like that one. Here's the second baseman, Dozier. Man, that is just absolutely torture to baseball.
He is going to hit one out of this stadium.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. Totally agree with you. Stick around after the game. The Mariners post game presented by Delta Airlines. Yeah, those long distance bomber softball guys are going to have to match in before it's over.
Nice warm July day, little breeze going out to left.
You may want to be in a out of Royal Brome with a glove. Here's Seager. They got a double, a ground rule double in the second, fly to center in the fourth.
We're talking about the shift with Cano hitting, and they're not putting it on with Kyle, and we've probably seen it with Kyle and Morrison, those two more than anybody on the Mariners over the last year and a half.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a 1-1. How about the left fielder playing? It's Arcia, as close to the line and deep as he is. 2-2.
Well, they feel that Schaefer can cover a lot of ground. We've seen that in this game.
Two great catches, second inning, back to back. Ackley and Morrison took extra bases away from both.
Because he's the center fielder. Schaefer is shaded towards left center, and Torrey Hunter's playing straight up and right. Big gap in right center too.
Yeah. 2-2. Struck him out, Phil Hughes. That's his sixth strikeout. Mariners lead it 2-0. On Root Sports, being brought to you by AM/PM. Too much good stuff. By Silver Reef Casino Spa, I-5 exit 260, Ferndale, Washington. And by Volkswagen. Hurry in and get a deal during the Volkswagen Stop Dreaming, Start Driving event. Beautiful as the night descends upon beautiful Seattle. gorgeous skyline, a ferry bringing folks over. We've got a lot of folks here at the ballpark at Safeco Field. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. You on Root Sports. This one dribbled foul by Brian Dozier. The Dozier, Kenny Vargas, and Trevor Plouffe, 4, 5, and 6 for the Twins. Twins 5.5 off the pace in the Central Division behind the feisty Kansas City Royals. There's the 0-2. Felix with 8 Ks so far. Felix, 12 strikeouts against Texas in his previous start. His first start of the year, 10 against the Angels in the season opener. Strike 3 called. There's number 9. Speaking of strikeouts, here's our Coors Cold Hard Facts. Most strikeouts by pitchers born in Venezuela. Santana on the DL for these Twins in the second tour of duty, leading the way. Felix, Carlos Zambrano, Freddie Garcia, and Wilson Alvarez.
I was looking at that list before the game today, and Felix needed 14, I believe, to tie Santana. And on the pregame show, I was telling Aaron and Rick, he may get it tonight.
Yes, sir. Well, a comeback or 2 away. Vargas retired. Second time he's bounced one back to Felix.
He's over 3 a little bit. Talked about his quad, but he typically deals with an ankle issue, and doesn't prevent him from pitching and doing what he wants to do on the mound. But sometimes it takes him a little bit of time for his ankle to calm down.
Right ankle, huh? Or is it the left one that he stubbed?
I think it's his right one.
Yeah, okay. That's the first one down. Here's Trevor Plouffe. Got the first hit of the ball game from Minnesota with 2 outs in the 5th. Minnesota comes in having lost 2 of 3 at Kansas City. Prior to that, they won 2 of 3 at home against Cleveland. 9 Ks for my 9th birthday. You're there, sweetheart. You got it. Bounce the ball up the middle. It'll get through for a base hit.
Plouffe has had 3 really good at-bats against Felix. He grounded out his first time, but he hit it hard to Cano, and now a couple of base hits for him.
First girls' night out event of the year. It's coming up on Friday, May 8th, when the Mariners return from the road. They'll be taking on the Oakland Athletics. For just $35, you can get a view or terrace club seat, a great-looking Mariners cap, and your first drink. Visit mariners.com/girls for tickets. Here's Arcia. He's 0 for 2. Fly to right and a ground out to first base. Mariners lead on home runs by Cruz and Morrison. Cruz in the 2nd, Morrison leading off the 5th. Fooled him on that one, 1-1.
One of the other things about Felix that is so great is we talk about all the pitches that he has, and now they're plus pitches and the way that he competes. He is also smart. Right there, Arcia cheating, trying to guess that he was going to get a fastball. Felix always seems to be a pitch ahead. Ended up throwing in the breaking ball in the dirt to get him to swing over the top of it.
1-1. All in 2 strikes. If he answers the court's wishes, he'll have 10. A 1-2 pitch. Base hit, center field. Trevor Plouffe will go to third. Jackson will get it into second. Runners at the corners. 2 outs for Minnesota here in the 7th. Tying runs are aboard.
This looks like a changeup. I think it's a pretty good pitch on the outside corner. It is. Garcia some credit. You can see the circle change from Felix.
Good job. That pitch running away. See if Felix can get Kurt Suzuki, who struck out, reached on an infield base hit. He did go as they check with Ted Barrett.
So far the Twins 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position. The one hit was an infield hit. Brad Miller able to keep it on the infield to keep Suzuki from scoring. Felix now at 81 pitches as he works here in the 7th inning.
This is what Lloyd was hoping for, getting through the 7th, make it easier on that bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Cruz is right there, and that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Home 7th coming up. Mariners and Felix lead it 2-0. Body. Well, how about stretching your mind as you consider how a Washington's lottery win would change your bucket list? Play today. Looking at I-5, beautiful skyline, and the departing sun, leaving in just a lovely shade of blue. Mariners blue. True to the blue as Dustin Ackley will lead off against Phil Hughes. Here in the home 7th, couple of home runs have the Mariners ahead. Cruz in the 2nd on a leadoff blast by Logan Morrison. Morrison getting his first of the season. Ackley has hit the ball hard twice, deep to left center, run down by Jordan Schaefer, the center fielder, and hit one hard to right that Torrey Hunter grabbed. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Ackley, Morrison, and Zunino here in the 7th inning.
Dave, the last couple of innings have been exciting, and Felix has been able to pitch out of some trouble. He certainly would like to see the Mariners score a couple more runs here. Hughes has really pitched well. This is going to be his 70th pitch, so both pitchers have been efficient with their pitch counts tonight. 6
strikeouts, no walks for Hughes. Gave up 2 home runs, both solo blasts. Bauer takes care of it. Sight to see. We've been waiting for a long time. Nobody wanted more than this guy.
He's able to get himself into a good count, 2-0. And that fastball probably middle in as he hits it out of right center field for his first home run of the season.
He must have felt like he had wings going around the bases. Look at that. Hallelujah.
That's great.
Good for him. Man's been smacking the ball all over the yard, right at people for the last, what, 10 days?
Yes. Well, hopefully they'll start coming in bunches for him.
Count. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. No runs, 5 hits, and an error for Minnesota. Twins have stranded 4. Mariners have stranded 3. Right up here, make a play. Rick Ridge. Oh, they're closed on the radio side. Are you kidding me? The window's closed on the radio side. Oh, my goodness. That's weak.
Well,
that is weak.
Well, Mr. Riz, I have to give Rick a break. He has been playing hurt for about a week now, and he didn't want to deal with the weather, so I'll give Rick a break.
All right, there you go. All right, I'll take that. Keep your eye on the bus. Follow us from a safe distance on Twitter at Sound Transit. Do what will be a once-a-month switcheroo. I'll go over to radio next week for most of the road trip. I do not want to catch the call from Mr. Riz. I hope his medications that he started yesterday.
Oh, we started him yesterday?
Yeah, finally. I texted him. I said, "Are you taking care of yourself?" There he is, Rico, and Aaron Goldsmith in the middle. Dave Valley, Gary Hill, Dave Henderson in the radio booth. They're all seeking warmth. There's a men's booth over here. Wide open in the elements. Hard.
Yeah, we need to get Ricky healthy again.
Boy, you know it. See what Zunino can do. He's K'd twice, and he's in an 0-2 hole. Mike's gone. Third time he's K'd. 1-2-3 for Hughes. His 7th strikeout. We go to the 8th and a 2-0 Mariners lead.
And let's get back to some of your photos sent in. Hashtag where I root, where you're rooting the Mariners on from tonight. Flew in from Boise last night, rooting on the M's here at the ballpark. Zelda Mariners, big fan there. Mr. Dave Buchholz is here. Happy Felix Day, and it has been a happy Felix Day so far here at Safeco Field. The King is dialed in. Happy birthday, Ashley Nicole. We hope it is the best one that you have ever had, and we hope part of your presents include a victory tonight for the Mariners as we send it back to Dave and Mike.
Thank you, Tom. Here's Felix for the 8th. He's got Jordan Schaefer, Danny Santana, Torrey Hunter, 9-1-2.
Kyle Seager playing in on the grass, trying to take the bunt away. Morrison even with the bag at first. And I like that Kyle has come in a little bit further. Typically, Kyle, he's so good at fielding the bunt with the bare hand and throwing runners out that he'll play a little bit deeper. But I think right now he wants to keep Felix on the mound, and if they try to bunt, he wants to make sure that he's there to field it.
One pitch. Swing and a miss. A bite on that breaking ball. Two and two.
And you can see on the EQC tracer that fastball off the plate away.
Two pitch. Runs full. Schaefer round out the second, and an infield hit this evening. Two outstanding catches in the second, robbing Ackley and Morrison. Felix with a record career against Minnesota, 7-5, 2.08 ERA, and here at Safeco Field, 4-2 with a 1.47. Santana is waiting. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fly ball, center field, almost in his tracks. Austin Jackson. One away. Make your plans right now for summer outing with family and friends at Safeco Field. Best of all, group discount start at just 20 tickets with prices as low as $12 a seat. Make plans for summer fun when you select a group date at mariners.com/groups. Speaking of groups, gentlemen from the United Kingdom Armed Forces Rugby All-Star team, in their first baseball game ever, they're playing a bunch of rugby clubs in and around the area. That one fouled off. They had no idea who the king was, but I guess they more than figured it out right now. Tell you what, rugby, those are some rough customers, man. That's a tough game. That's right. How do you do? 2 away. Take a look at our Big Fish Casino Big Catch. Nelly Cruz covering some ground out there in right field.
Sinking line drive into right as he comes in. And watch him slide and make the catch. I have to tell you, Dave, after I saw him make that play with the way Felix was going, I thought we had a chance to see a no-hitter.
Yeah.
That's how good Felix has been. A good defense by Cruz helping him out in right.
2 outs. Another comebacker knocks it down. 8 strong innings. Felix Hernandez, 9 strikeout performance. A beauty. 2-0 Mariners. On Root Sports, being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Jack in the Box. Jack's hottest sandwich is back. Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. A great look at Seattle from West Seattle. On this beautiful Friday evening, Mariners making it even more pleasant with a 2-0 lead as we play in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brad Miller looks at breaking ball for a strike, and Felix 8 innings of 9 strikeout pitching. 5 hits, no runs. There's only been 3 complete games so far in the big leagues.
Felix right now at 91 pitches. Again, he threw 111 in his last outing. Nobody getting loose in the pen for the Mariners, so he may come out and pitch the 9th. He's in good shape with his pitch count.
His last complete game was against these Twins, August 27th of 2012 at Target Field. 1-0 victory. Home runs by Cruz and Morrison for the 2-0 lead. Cruz his 9th. Lomo is first. And Brad Fultz badly there. That's strikeout number 8 for Phil Hughes.
He has really pitched well. A couple of solo home runs has hurt Hughes in this one. But right now, just what we thought, Dave. 82 pitches, 61 strikes. He is throwing a lot of strikes.
Top of the order, and Austin Jackson 0 for 3. Breaking ball for strike. Hughes with the 8 strikeouts. He's not walked anybody. So both of these guys they've been sharp. Base hit. Just to the left of umpire Sean Barber. Right center field.
Inside out swing. You see him pull his hands in close to his body. A slicing line drive back up the middle from Jackson.
Extends Austin's hitting streak to 3. 3 for his last 12. His 9th hit on the homestand. Brings up Seth Smith, who's 0 for 3. A strikeout, bounced into a double play. And grounded out to third.
Keeping a close eye on Austin over at first.
Ball 1 to Seth.
Starting to get some action out of the Twins bullpen.
Johnson and Boyer starting to heat up.
Hughes is now at 85 pitches.
Wayne Boyer and Aaron Thompson. Mariners against the Twins last year, 3-4. They won 1-2 here at home and 1-2 at Minnesota. There goes, thrown out in the second, not in time. Stolen base, second of the season for Austin Jackson.
He appeared to have a pretty good jump at first. Suzuki rushed the throw, one hop throw down into second.
Good thing Hughes got down too.
Good call at second base. Closer than I thought.
Tied with Miller for the team lead at 2. Mariners not doing a lot of running. Their 6th of the season. They're 12th in the league. 1-1 to Seth Smith.
Mariners haven't had many opportunities with the runner in scoring position. They had Seager at second base in the 2nd inning. And that has been it.
Struck him out. Phil Hughes with his 9th strikeout. Two away here in the 8th inning. Mariners lead 2-0 coming up tomorrow. Century and Link. What's next? Kelso, Washington native Trevor May goes against James Paxton. Paxton looking to get back on a winning track. His first W of the season. Paul Molitor coming out, making his first appearance in this ball game. Hughes has struck out 9. Jackson's at second.
He's at 88 pitches. If he wants to see how Hughes is feeling, he made a move to the bullpen, and it doesn't appear that he's going to. Mariners 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. See if Cano can change that. He's 1 for 3.
Cano's night of strikeout, single to center, ground out to short. Inside. 0-1. Austin Jackson out at second. Pitch to Cano. Down the left field line, deep into the corner, giving Chase's Arcia. It's out of play. Two outs, 1-1 count to Cano with Nelson Cruz on deck. Alex Hernandez is on 8 strong innings with 9 strikeouts. Nobody up in the pen, so Felix going to have a chance for a complete game. Hammered foul.
I think Robbie was looking for a pitch inside right there. First pitch was in on him. When they went back away, I think he was looking for that fastball. It's a little quick on it. Maybe get the barrel to him and pulled it foul.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jackson, great speed at second base. Pitch outside for ball 2. Time call. Beers ready with the 2-2 with 2 outs, man at second. Out back. Two. Punched it down the line. That will be a foul ball.
Take a look at it. It's definitely foul. Hughes has made some really good pitches to Robbie in this at bat. That last pitch just off the plate, away and down.
Good battle here with Cano and Hughes. 2-2. Right at the shortstop, a laser cut by Danny Santana. To the 9th inning we go. Felix looking for his first complete game since the 2012 season. Is racking up all those Ks. Felix Hernandez. Good work through 8.
He has been outstanding this evening. 8 innings, 5 hits. Hasn't walked anybody. 9 strikeouts, 92 pitches. 65 of them for strikes.
Felix's last complete game, it was a dual complete game. He and Liam Hendricks back on August 27th of 2012 at Target Field. Hendricks gave up 3 hits. One was a home run by Eric Thames in the 8th for a 1-0 Mariner win. Joe Mauer 0-1. Ground ball Cano. Nicely done. 1 away here in the 9th. Well, Lloyd McClendon said a starter going deep in the ball game makes him a heck of a lot smarter manager. Word games downstairs before the game was pretty funny.
Well, along with 9 strikeouts, he has 11 ground ball outs.
Strike 1 to Brian Dozier, who struck out 3 times. See if Phillies can put a size 4 collar on it.
Getting loose in the pen just in case.
1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Felix sitting on 9 strikeouts. Hasn't walked anybody. Fabulous start, striking out the side in the first, and then Dozier leading off the second to give him 8 consecutive strikeouts. This will stay in the yard. It's Ackley's ball. 2 outs. Felix retired the first 14 men that he faced. First Minnesota base runner. 2-out single by Trevor Plouffe. That was in the 5th inning. Stranded 2 in the 6th, stranded 2 in the 7th.
Vargas will step in. He has grounded out 3 times, a couple times right back to Felix.
First pitch from Felix. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Fouled into the glove of Zunino. Sends a nice number. See if he can strike him out here in the ball game. Felix steals 1-1. Foul ball 1-2.
Well, if he can do it, that'll be back-to-back outings where he's been double digits in strikeouts. He had 12 strikeouts in his last outing. $25,215. They've seen what they wanted to see. A brilliant job by the King. Come back here, another one. He's got a complete game. His 24th of his career. His 10th career shutout. The King, Felix Hernandez, beats Minnesota 2-0. Home runs by Cruz and that man Logan Morrison. What a beauty. You were talking about Felix and how fortunate we are. Mid-game, Dave, you were talking about how fortunate we are to see him every 5th day, and that is for sure. Lloyd McClendon certainly appreciates the work of that man. And a couple of home runs. Good to see Logan Morrison get on the board. He's been swinging the bat extremely well. Finally rewarded with his first home run of the year. And for Cruz, his 9th.
Happy Felix night, you betcha. 2 hours and 3 minutes. Crowd of 25,215. Wonderful. Outstanding performance by Felix Hernandez. That's your bell cow, all right.
And no walks again for him. 9 strikeouts and did not walk anybody.
Phil Hughes, a tough luck loser tonight. 8 innings of 6 hit, 2-run ball, no walks and 8 Ks on his behalf. Gives up 2 solo home runs. Felix means the world to this franchise, and man, look at the smiles on his teammates and the coaching staff.
You know, Dave, you really have to think about it. He's off to a 3-0 start. What kind of season is he going to put together?
Yes, sir.
Talked about him last year not winning the Cy Young Award. We all felt that he should, and there's a lot of motivation to try to get that trophy this year.
2 hours and 3 minutes, shortest game thus far in this season. Felix 3-0. Rick Griffin, longtime head athletic trainer. Jen Mueller standing by. Send Lomo our regards. Way to get that first ding-dong.
Certainly, and Logan Morrison, Felix Hernandez right behind us, and you guys had a moment at the end of the game as he fielded that. What did you guys say?
I told him, I called that, and he's like, what? I said, when I got to the field today, I had a feeling you're going to do something special, and he did. Every time this guy pitches here, this place should be sold out. He's something special, and I'm glad I get to play behind him.
At what point, besides you driving in, did you know that he was going to be on his game?
The first pitch out of his hand. I mean, you always know he is until he isn't, and he never isn't. So we always feel like we're going to win, but when he's on the mound, there's an extra special something going on.
Is that also what we saw in some of those defensive plays? Cano's fielding of that grounder in the third and the way that you got it was incredible.
Well, I don't know. You're just trying to make a play for your team. You know, it doesn't matter who's pitching. You're always trying to make good plays, and not for yourself, but for the guy next to you. So just keep grinding and keep going and see how many wins we can get.
Let's talk about the play you made for yourself. Where did the extra power come from on the home run? Same spot you'd hit it in earlier, just about 15 feet further.
Yeah, I just got the first one got on me a little bit, and the other one I squared up and didn't feel it at all. So glad to see it finally go out and not in the glove.
Yeah, between you and Nelson Cruz, you provide all the power the Mariners need tonight. How do you celebrate this one with the guys?
Like we always do, dance parties after the game, and Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus, here we come. We're going inside to enjoy the dance party. We'll get it out to Angie Mentink and Dave Valley.
All right, Jen, thanks so much. Okay, I don't know what I'm more impressed with, so I'll pose the question to you when I look at Felix's line. The complete game, the 0 walks, the 9 strikeouts. Which do you like the most?
I like the complete game.
D, all of the above?
I know he can strike out people. I know he has great control with no walks. But I like the fact that my number one guy, right, if he's my ace of my staff, completes those games. And Felix, if you want that Cy Young, keep doing what you did here tonight. Complete those games and just take over. It's your game. Just control it like you did.
Mariners had a day off yesterday, so the bullpen gets a day off. They get another day off today with Felix Hernandez out on the mound. Remember, the last complete game he threw was against these Minnesota Twins. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right after the break. A lot of 1-3s in my scorebook tonight. Not only did he strike him out, he fielded his position well. Lots to get to. Stick around.